Hello, today we're going to learn how to hatch cute little yellow fluffy ducklings. So let's get started. In order to hatch a duck egg, you first have to go get a duck egg. So let's go to the duck yard and see what we can find. Ducks are not like chickens. You don't have a nesting box for the ducks. Instead, ducks seem to lay their eggs just any old place. That means we have to hunt around until we can find one. Let's go look over here beneath this bush. Aha! There's something under there. Look at that. A duck egg. Look at that duck egg. It's all messy. It's dirty. Well, if we're going to hatch this duck, we're going to leave it just the way we found it. We're not going to wash the duck egg. That's the first thing. Well, let's take an egg and see if it's fertilized. Let's see if there's a baby duck growing in there. I'm going to take a flashlight and shine behind it. This is called candling. But guess what? Until the mother duck sits on the egg for 6 or 7 days, we can't tell. It's just an egg. Mother ducks are notorious for being bad mothers on the nest. And so instead of using the mother duck, I am going to use an incubator. I'm going to get a calendar and I'm going to start on day 1, the day that I'm going to put the eggs in an incubator. I put the eggs on a plastic tray inside the incubator that has dividers between the eggs. There's a little motor that moves the tray back and forth. That way I don't have to turn the eggs over every day as you would in some incubators. Set the temperature to 37.4 Celsius or 99.5 Fahrenheit. I fill the bottom of the tray with water so that I maintain a constant humidity of about 55%. My incubator will hold 9 chicken eggs, but only 6 duck eggs because duck eggs are a little bit bigger than chicken eggs. Every single day at about the same time, I'm going to unplug the incubator and take the lid off. Let the eggs cool, kind of like pretending like I'm the mother duck and I'm going to go out and get something to eat. And I'll let these eggs stay for about half an hour. Once the half hour's up, I'm going to spray the eggs with some fresh water. That mimics the mother duck coming back after swimming in the pond and she's all wet. And the last thing I'm going to do is add some water to replenish any water that's evaporated out of the bottom of my tray. Once that's done, I'll put the lid back on the tray and make sure that it's still set at the right temperature. Plug it in and off I go. Here you can see the motor with the little paddle that fits into the slot on the tray that moves the eggs back and forth, again so I don't have to turn the eggs. On about day 6 or 7, it's possible to candle the duck egg and find out whether it's got a baby duck in it growing or not. It's okay to eat duck eggs before you put them in the incubator. But once they're in the incubator, if the mama duck and the daddy duck were married, the little baby ducks will start to grow. You can see this by shining a flashlight behind the duck egg, and this time you will see in the middle a little dark spot and then veins growing out from that dark spot. That looks way different than the egg looked when we first put it in. Any eggs that are not fertilized you want to discard, otherwise they are going to get really stinky. Ducks take 28 days to hatch. 3 days before they are to hatch, we take the duck eggs out of the moving tray and put them on a special tray just for hatching. This is called the hatching tray. The hatching tray does not have the part that moves back and forth and turns the eggs. And also the hatching tray sits lower in the incubator so that the baby ducks will have room to get up once they get out of the eggs. I try very carefully to lift the eggs out of the tray, sit them down, and put them back into the tray without turning the eggs so that they're exactly the same, facing the same way. Let's return the eggs back to the incubator, plug it in, turn it on, make sure it's still at the right temperature, that it's got some water in the bottom, and we're ready to see some eggs hatch in a couple of days. So it's now day 28, and everybody is so excited to see some baby ducks hatch. But guess what? Nobody hatched. And on day 29, nobody hatched. But on day 30, look what's starting to happen. One baby duck came out of its egg.
Aww. Are you beautiful? Yeah.
And then some more hatched, and another one hatched, and by the end of the day, 4 of the 5 eggs had hatched. And then on day 31, the 5th baby duck hatched. So just because it's the due date doesn't mean you should give up all hope. The baby ducks need a heat lamp that keeps them at about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. They need some water, and they need some duck food that has niacin in it, because baby ducks grow so fast that without the niacin, their bones can't keep up. I put a little rock in the container with their duck food, otherwise they tip it over all the time. Well, I'm glad you were here with me to watch these little baby ducks hatch. They are so fun. If you like this video, give it a like, go ahead and subscribe, and maybe visit one of my other videos. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.